Book 5 life stories, diary winter notes, or lab research notes after I am awakened. I do not seem interested in Discovery Science World technologies. Mostly engineering, electric, or PC programmers do gaming. That's my hobby to create mechs, but I know if I discover something belonging to that science world, it means it's already there. But I have to go to school and take classes, which means someone will share it, then I do my own research. I do not like sharing stuff with the public when it relates to those wrongdoers out there. Code never share with them, because this will slow down your perfect world process. Their connections are devs and get you in problems. Whatever technologies got to them turn out dangerous weapons to harm lives. Example, gunpowder used to make guns to defend and fireworks show, but it's going to be used during wars to harm others. Nuclear power to make energy for daily use, but becomes a weapon when it goes to them. Mostly, like everything that got to them will become dangerous, including those cute dogs and your good daughters. Since I did not understand that, I'll mostly do research on Healing Life chapter. My award academic and professional qualifications include: I collect data and do my own research. No teacher, do not use my tech, claim your own, and use it to do dangerous stuff. That's the reason I close those science projects. Research something that's already there in that science world. Count by each life and restarting my life again. Like when you play a game, when you're gone, it's restarting. Again at certain save points. The researcher of the Legal Winter Notes project. Fundamentally beyond science research, the judgment day of who is the real winners, cause and effect. Research something beyond science. Scientist, the satellite discovery. Million Money Project. In one of my past lives, I was like any other human. I was passionate about science, an independent researcher conducting my own experiments. I read books, gathered public data, and even attended school to grasp fundamental concepts. Unlike conventional scientists, I did not conduct research as part of a government or a private corporation. I pursued it purely out of curiosity. Do you remember when the internet first became available to the public in the 1990s? By the early 2000s, I had an idea to create my own version of the internet. I began studying how data could be transmitted from one computer to another. I checked out books and learned about wave signals. I discovered that there were two main types: analog signals and digital signals. As I continued reading and experimenting, I stumbled upon a powerful signal transmission method. I devised a way to create a miniature satellite system that could send data between 2 points miles apart, without launching anything into space. This discovery had the potential to revolutionize communications, allowing people to establish their own private networks without relying on expensive infrastructure. Technology closed. Reason relates to the science world out there. I do not want to stay with them, and I won't let those priceless technologies become trash like the mistakes of the science world did when it fell into the wrongdoers' hands and became mass destruction weapons to harm other lives. The first person to claim creating the matrix system in the science world, the first basic matrix system in science world. Trillions Money Project. This will change the future. Everybody and the governors will apply this to the advancement of the matrix system in the science world, including those gamers who like real 3D VR games like me. In another life, when I still thought like a human, my passion for science and technology remained unchanged. It was the early 2000s, a time when the internet was just beginning to reach the public on a large scale. The endless possibilities of this digital revolution fascinated me, driving me to pursue a future as a computer engineer and programmer. I dedicated countless hours to reading programming books, absorbing knowledge, and imagining the future of technology. Then, one day, I had a vision that seemed far ahead of its time. Virtual reality, VR, gaming was still in its infancy, but I envisioned something even more revolutionary, a game controlled directly by the mind. What if no keyboard, mouse, or joystick was needed? What if the player's thoughts dictated movement and actions within the virtual world? That idea became my obsession. Determined to bring this vision to life, I began researching how brain signals could be captured and converted into computer commands. I acquired old hospital equipment, machines used to monitor brain activity. Although considered outdated and discarded by hospitals, these devices still functioned. The machine I obtained worked by using electrodes, small circular sensors placed on the scalp, to detect brain signals, displaying them as electrical patterns on a screen. I took the machine home and started experimenting. My first challenge was deciphering how the signals traveled from the brain through the electrodes and into the machine. I needed to decode these patterns and translate them into something meaningful. After countless trials and errors, I developed a software program capable of interpreting these signals in real time. The concept was simple. When a person thought about moving left or right, their brain emitted specific signals. My software captured these signals, translated them into text-based commands such as move left or move right, and displayed them on a computer screen. Over time, I expanded its functionality to include other basic commands like forward, backward, run, and stop. Essentially, I was working with an electroencephalogram, EEG machine, commonly used in hospitals to monitor electrical brain activity. EEG-based brain-computer interface, BCI, technology was still in its infancy, but my modifications allowed for a functional neural control system. This was more than a simple experiment. It was a breakthrough. Hey, I just remembered something like the dictionary called it EEG when I tried to find a word in the past of how they called that machine. You add this tech to VR gaming and internet. You can live in the first basic Matrix world. First, you can play VR games with friends on the internet without a mouse or joystick, just like a VR headset. Later in the future, you can add in vibration, also you can feel it when you get hit by bots. Billy and Money project another life. I created a PC that ran double speed than normal PC by getting a used PC and reworking everything. Turned out to be double or triple speed from the original. I do not know if it is basic quantum computer or not, because I do not do quantum computer research. Discovered that the science world out there is related to the Matrix or the people out there already in the Matrix. The environment software theme is science world. Doing research right now. I do not want to be a part of that science world, meaning the one fighting against those wrongdoers who create viruses in the software. If I'm gone, I'm restarting my life and living again, got all the information I need, post it to public at the right time if I want to. Those secret teams seem to not say anything when I do the right things, just to help good lives live normal and healthy. They just observe and receive data that they need or get good benefits to their secret project. Doctor, the cancer treatment tech. Important data that if you live this and know this life only, you won't have it. The process, patients have cancer in different lives, not just this life. What is going to happen to those patients? A cure for cancer later on in the future. One of them might be eating vegan food. Some health research says vegetables can reduce the process of cancer. Some materials to make up medicine for cancer are from plants, right? Normal, healthy daily life. Research breakthrough. Wrongdoers are the virus causing sickness and might be the curse of animals for those who eat their meat. Do Minority Health Report. Get health report from past life and report to future what's going on with lives. It might happen, it might not happen because it's their past lives before this life already. Psychologist, the one researching and finding out good lives abuse children, babies, and lives by giving birth into the dangerous world. Why the good like to give birth to young lives into those dangerous world and not think right that call abuse young lives. The human mind and the lives programmed to do stuff as they are brainwashed or invisibly wirelessly commanded by others to do things. The time traveler to another life dimension. Chapter restating life and remember what happened to own life. 50 are real, 50 are fake because the outcome is different because it's belonged to top secret and new life cannot leak. So the fake part, do not believe it. It's like a daydream alert not to do wrong, and do not trust those out there. Superman. Someone 175 BLS who can levitate just 1 inch above the ground. A phenomenon that current science cannot explain. Eat vegan and meditation research. In that life, I can't even believe it myself. I think it might be a dream. It seemed like a no way if you believe in science. Everything in science world must base on gravity, but the science software is based on Matrix, Create My Secret Team, or nature. I post on my YouTube, someone within the Olympic setting asked me if I want to do a beginning part of Olympic topic, Human Can Fly, surprise the viewers. What in the world? Can you believe it what happened to the gravity theory? So, I got some money tree. and reached a million viewer for my YouTube, but like they know I have money and the problems running. I know it sounds impossible to the human mind. But I was rich in another life when I played the Superman character who figured out how to lift himself a few inches off the ground. Then came the break-in, and the secret, how a human can fly, disappeared in that lifetime. Why? Because people cared more about money than the truth. They didn't see the value of someone discovering the secret to flight. They didn't think about how that gift could help the world, save lives, bring joy, or even cure sickness. They just wanted to get rich. So the world lost a prize, a natural, divine gift meant to be shared. Because of their actions, they didn't get the money. I donated it to many places, notified the governments, and if I disappeared, I made sure all my bank accounts were closed and tracked. And as for those who tried to harm, manipulate, or steal, their consequences came. Jail time, suffering, sickness, and no world passport in many lifetimes after that. Until today. In this life, I restarted everything, and I'm continuing my Healing Lives channel to give the legal passport to good people so they can move forward to a better world. And if you're wondering how to fly, here's your hint. Eat vegan food. Follow my Healing Lives Winning Project. Person in lotus position meditate with a special breathing technique. Who knows? You might just be the next lucky person who can fly.